Hello everyone, my name is Melissa Diaz, and today we're going to be talking about my mentality and morality when I was creating Deal with Death. So let's just jump into it. So my state of mind when creating Deal with Death for roughly 3 years declined heavily. In the first year of creating Deal with Death, I did research on people's views on death in many cultures and many tribes throughout history, and even current views on death. Many cultures have their own embodiment of death by creating Grim Reapers and creating their own stories of how life and death came to be. It's pretty amazing how humans can put so much significance into something so simple as life and death. In my own culture, Mexican people value death so much. They are not afraid of it and they embrace it. Of course, not all of us think this way, and I personally am afraid of death, but not the extent of Esmeralda. After doing this research, my mind started to overthink things, and one of them was death, unfortunately. So in order to understand death better, I started to watch gore and disturbing media on the internet. And when you are a part of those communities on the internet, it's fucked up because you become desensitized to seeing people die. I've seen the infamous gore videos such as the Mexican cartel chainsaw murders, 3 Guys 1 Hammer, Miss Pac-Man, and a shit ton of gore pics. I was disgusted with myself because this is not a part of my research. And being desensitized to death is not the message I wanted people to get out of my story. I wanted people to not fear death, but not to get used to it. People dying is a tragedy, and people don't really deserve to die in the worst way possible, even if they deserve it. Death is merciful, but the matter of how death occurs, how people die, is awful. There's suffrage, and seeing it breaks my heart, even if they do deserve it, but now it doesn't. Now I see the world in a negative light. We live in an awful, horrible, disgusting world because we let it happen. Because humans made it like that. And I hope that one day we all suffer in death. In the second year of creating Deal with Death, I wanted to die. So in order to overcome it, I did research on people's philosophy on life to help me with my suicidal thoughts. And I came across Albert Camus. This is where I started to believe in the nihilistic approach. Although not fully living the life of a nihilist, I believe it to be true. I read The Stranger more times than I can count. It's a fucking good book. And this book inspired me to create Sheena Ayana's character from a completely nihilistic perspective. She was going to be just a crazy mother that would say the most random things, but making her a nihilist made Deal with Death so much better than it used to be. And it made me so much better, believing that life is meaningless and that there's no fucking point to it all. A weight has been lifted off my shoulders that I never knew I had. I'm not here to try to convince you to be a nihilist, or my story will too. I'm here to tell you that I believe in nihilism and how it helped me overcome my suicidal thoughts. I still appreciate life. I appreciate my family. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate death. And I will continue life as I know it. But it's pointless. And knowing it's pointless, that I wasted my time on pointless shit, makes me happy. Life is absurd, so might as well live the absurd. But yet, every once in a while in the dead of night, I think about my death, knowing full well that there's no afterlife, no meaning. I'll be in the void. I'll be gone forever. I will no longer exist in the world. No more thoughts to think, no memories to remember, no emotions to feel. Gives me a twinge of fear.